Hello and thank you for joining us on Newsweek, where we highlight some of the biggest stories that made the headlines recently. I am Mark Otabo. This week marked President Bola Tinubu's 1 year in office, and on this episode, we'll take a look at social welfare, security and infrastructure under the Renewed Hope administration. Also, we'll explore the progress made so far in the energy sector, fuel supply, and the federal government's CNG policy. And later on the show, we'll talk about planned efforts by President Bola Tinubu to attract global investment and restore national pride. All the details in a moment. Stay with us. In the last 1 year, President Tinubu's administration prioritized social welfare programs to improve the lives of citizens, from launching various initiatives in education, poverty alleviation and healthcare, to police reforms, counter-terrorism and border security. The Renewed Hope administration has been deliberate in governance. Nigeria in the last 1 year has also witnessed significant investment in infrastructure. And of course, to discuss this with us is Ibrahim Garba, a communications consultant, right here with us. Ibrahim, good to have you on the show this evening.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, let's go straight to business. Now, Nigeria has actually grappled with insecurity for quite a number of years. But how would you assess President Tinubu's mode of addressing this in his 1 year in office?
Well, thank you very much once again. To start with, let me tell you this, Otabo, that Mr. President came in with a master plan, which is built on a tripods, that is providing good governance, then ease of doing business, then rule of law. Whichever way you look at it, we are giving you the opportunity to see clearly the policy direction of Mr. President. Now, in terms of providing good governance, just like you pointed out, that he inherited some of the challenges concerning insecurity. So bringing in an experienced personnel like NSC, Nuhu Ribadu, and the service chiefs change the narratives. And it's evident from what you are seeing today across the nation, especially in, crisis-prone areas around Zamfara, Katsina, and some other places. And you and I can testify that the level of insecurity continued to, drop over the years. And as I'm talking to you after 1 year, it is clear for all to see that we have done so well, very well, in terms of insecurity. Now, I mentioned something again about the ease of doing business. You see the situation right now when he came in to office, especially the first statement he made that the fuel subsidy is gone. And Nigerians begin to ask, why remove the fuel subsidy? He knew the level of corruption that existed within the subsidy arena. So removing this fuel subsidy, saving money for project and infrastructure has begun to yield dividends. You now talk about the Lagos, Calabar, Costa Rica, rail line and all that. Then you talk about the infrastructural development in Abuja, other major cities across the nation. This is as a result of the fallout of the savings we got from the fuel subsidy. And yes, definitely it bites harder on, and Nigerians are feeling the pangs of this. But again, if you are going to carry out fundamental reforms, definitely people will feel the pains at the beginning, but in the middle and going forward, Nigerians are going to smile. And he has given up, he has given us the impression right from the first day he came into office by saying there's a renewed hope agenda. And in doing so, all hands must be on deck. He cannot do it alone. He needs the support of the ministers. He needs the support of the, governors and major critical stakeholders, especially those in the private sector. So I think Nigeria, we're doing well in that area. Then I also mentioned the rule of law, which is paramount. We have so many cases, surrounding, fundamental rights of citizens being abused. Yes, the court is now an environment where you can seek redress. And the court, as far as I'm concerned, they are doing well by operating independently. So and Nigerians are beginning to see the impact of that. And that is why recently I would like to commend Mr.
Okay, Mr. Ibrahim.
To take the governors, to court concerning the local government autonomy. So you can see that I think at this point in time, after 1 year, we can be glad to say Nigeria is a work in progress.
Okay, Mr. Ibrahim, very quickly, we might have to just be very cautious because we don't have the luxury of time. So maybe you might want to be a bit economical with your reservations. Now, the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu's administration has actually witnessed policy intervention across board. Now, how would you rate his commitment towards improving the welfare of Nigerians quickly?
Yeah, no, well, it's there now. We are seeing it, especially with the introduction of the student loan scheme, which has taken effect. The very first day it was launched, we have so many students who, registered, and they are going to access these opportunities. And especially those now in the undergraduates. At the same time, you can see across board, you are talking about each programs he has in place to ease, tension on Nigerians, especially in terms of transportation and all that. All these things require patience. And the Nigerians should not be quick to begin to think twice, especially those in the opposition, castigating that is performing below expectation. Well, this is something that has been there for over the years, more than 10 years, is trying to build on. And the onus is on us as citizens to believe in this man because he has a vision to turn these things around in this country. So, and the only way we can achieve that is by doing our part. Most times Nigeria think about what the country can do for them. We should be thinking about what we as citizens should do for our country. So I give him a pass mark, a very good pass mark on that, on what we have seen so far.
All right, thank you very much. Well, I've got Mr. Nelson Ekujimi, a political analyst right here in the studio with me. Mr. Nelson, very quickly, one of President Bola Tinubu's 8-point agenda, right, is to ensure infrastructural development across the country with the commissioning of several projects by the president. Now, what should we be expecting in the nearest future? Quickly.
Well, thank you very much. We can see that the previous administration embarked on massive infrastructural renewal in Nigeria, and President Bola Tinubu, inheriting that from his predecessor, has not gone back at all. He has continued to move forward. Like the other guest rightly said, we can see the Lagos-Calabar coastal highway. We can see the redesign of the Lagos-Sokoto highway. We can see the Port Harcourt Abia rail services now up and running. We can see the infrastructure that were commissioned in Abuja just recently. So by and large, you can be rest assured that this is a president who knows the impact of infrastructure on any economy.
Right.
And he has told us, and we have seen actions in that regard, that is massively committed to doing that. Okay. That is the only way to change Nigeria for good.
All right, now we have to take a time out now. And of course, Newsweek continues in a moment. Stay with us.